I've done a handful of activations that are outdoor activations, and it's never rained. Like rain has never been an issue.
That's
And
lucky.
someone asked me that one time. They're like, "What do you do if it rains?" I was like, "I guess it's never happened." But for this Nike one, it did indeed rain, or so they said it was going to rain. And so because it was going to rain, they were building the activation still, like the agency that was in charge of building it. And it ended up not raining, but because they were planning for the rain, long story short, the activation was not ready day one. And we were hired for 2 days of shooting. So all of our concepts for day one basically were like, we had to pivot and figure out what we were going to do because we don't have an activation to shoot at. And so our options, I started like pitching a handful of different options. The one I like really wanted ended up not getting chosen, which was like going to a basketball court. They were going to go practice inside at this high school. I was like, we could do it at that high school, do it in the locker room. Like it'd feel very authentic to like everything of what we're trying to achieve here. But of course, they chose a conference room at a hotel room.
Oh God.
And so
The least athletic background.
literally, I mean, to your point earlier, of like, oh, you're working in these cool spots. You're not in a conference room in a hotel room. No, so they chose that. So we had to, yeah, that was tough. I mean, and the team made it work. We like basically, we got like a Muslim backdrop and like went for like, I'm sure you've seen like the school photo or like
Oh, nice.
like a Kobe,
school
you know, like
portrait.
Kobe, yeah, like Kobe with the trophy, but he's like on the back, like a cool back. So we like leaned into that, but it just wasn't like the activation. Also ended up being so sick. We got to shoot it on the next day, but it was a huge bummer we couldn't do it day one. But yeah, it was just a bunch of like,
So wait, but like you're talking about pivoting. Like
Yeah.
you're pivoting the night before
yeah. I mean, I got the text at like 11 o'clock at night that
for the next day.
for the next
That
day.
activation
We
wouldn't
need
be
to-
ready.
Yes. And so then I was in the pitch deck. We had like a deck that client had and that the production company had. And I was just in there throwing it, like basically revising the concepts completely
at midnight.
at midnight. That we then had to be up the next day. Like call time was like 7 a.m. And they were happy. They ended up loving it. It wasn't like obviously not my first choice.
No, but I mean the
sometimes-
fact that you can make something out of basically they're like, hey, here's the worst thing we could give you, a conference room
Yeah.
with a big table.
Literally. No, yeah. It was
Let's start with the worst thing and go up from there.
No, I know. It was super, super challenging. But yeah, I think sometimes it's not a matter. I think sometimes we can get caught up in like, what's going to be dope for the portfolio? Like, what's going to look so sick? And we were able to like push past that. I'm like, let's just think of like, what's the concept at its core and how can we just make it look as best as possible? And they were super happy and all the like, it was a bunch of like high school teams that Nike like is affiliated with. And the whole core of the concept was basically like making these high school girls like feel very seen and feel, just like have their moment to shine like at WNBA All-Star Weekend. So they had a great time and like the client got a lot of feedback from the coaches of the teams that like they felt like pros, like they felt like they were in their own media day, like suite for the day.
But
so
think of like also the fact that they didn't notice. I think that is a true testament, right? Like those kids
Yeah.
came in, it could have been absolute fucking chaos.
absolutely.
The fact that you're basically revamping your plan 7 hours before you're about to do the plan
Yeah.
could have been absolute chaos.
No, absolutely.
So in that scenario, do you just completely abandon it and try something else, or are you like trying to grab what you had planned
Yeah,
and fit
like-
it into the new thing that you have now?
Yeah, and I'm also curious, like, because there's politics involved in these conversations too, right? Because you want to make them, like, they're panicking.
Yeah.
So you got to put a fire out, but you want to make them feel good about their idea, but you're also probably fighting for some of the creative that you want, right? So how do you,
Yeah.
like, what are you fighting for in those situations too?
Yeah, I mean, it's completely right. There is politics involved of like they have things that need to be hit, right? Like they need to make sure that like we still get like it was very lifestyle focused fits that Nike wanted to show off. They didn't want to show like on court stuff, and so it was finding a way to do that in a cool way, but with the resources that are allocated to us. So. It's definitely a lot of like managing clients' expectations and trying to push them gently into like trust me, this is gonna be cool. Like we've got this as the backdrop, and you're pulling up the Kobe reference. You're like, look at like Kobe did it. Like this feels authentic to basketball. Like really trying to like tie in important references to help sell the vision of like, this is gonna be just as cool, if not like it's a happy surprise. Like you try to like play it off as a positive, like this is a silver lining. And I think something that like I've been told a handful of times is like my memory bank of references is just insane. Like
yeah, I agree.
So
Because I was just thinking about this. I'm like, I remember working with you at AKA. Like, I would come in and you'd be like, yeah, it's going to be like this and this. And have you ever seen this Vimeo video and this thing? And I'd be like,
it's true.
What?
So
How do you watch all this shit?
yeah, so this is so like David Goggins of me, but like I'm just such an intense person. I'll admit it, that like I would spend an hour every morning when I was at AKA just like watching Vimeo videos, liking them to make sure that like it would pull, like even if I didn't like it, I just liked it to make sure that it saved. And then I would like categorize it. So I had like one for GFX, one for lifestyle, one for fitness, one for health. Like I would categorize them all so that if anything ever like popped up, I could easily come back to like my memory bank of liked Vimeo videos and pull it up. But I also just like, I don't know how, but I just remember them all like so vividly. But I think if there's anything I've learned in clients and like managing clients, especially when it's like a big 180 pivot, they need to see it to believe it. Like they you can't just like, it doesn't matter how good of a talker you are. Like if you're like, oh, it's gonna be like Kobe, and they're like, what do you mean like Kobe? Like what does that mean?
Yeah.
But if I'm telling them that like with an image next to them, they're like, okay, yes, like I get where this is coming. So like I think references is just, it truly is like such an easy way to like communicate something so clearly that if you're pulling the right references, it's an easier yes than trying to just like, I don't know, even I think storyboards, like drafting up a storyboard can be difficult to get a yes because they're so like, oh, I don't know. But sometimes it's like when they even see the reference, they're like, oh, well, they did it. So like, let's do that, but for us, and just like tweak it a little bit. You know, like they're a little bit more keen to it than not seeing anything at all.
And are you still pulling references from Vimeo, or what's your new like source?
I still do definitely pull from Vimeo, and then Instagram as well. I think Instagram with like this saved feature thing that they have now has been my new similar approach, that like any sort of video that I see, even if it's, because I think also showing references of like it's not going to be this is also helpful. So I any video I see, I'll put it into this like I don't know what they're called, but I like save it and put it into this little folder on Instagram.
Collections, I think they're called.
Yes. Instagram sponsor
us.
Yeah, I have a handful of collections that I'll put stuff into.
So is this just you? Like, do you have like? I guess this is something I don't know how to do. Like, do you just search by a thing, or are you just like straight up just
is your
diving down a
algorithm
rabbit
just
hole?
perfect?
Like,
your
how does that
algorithm
work?
is nothing but
How are you
sports
just
ads.
finding like these references like nonstop? Like honestly, when I get on there, I'm just like, it'll show me like two things that are relevant to me, and then it's like ad.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I'm like an FBI investigator to a degree, because I try to follow the people that like, if I see something posted by on, and I go through and I'm like, who was I look at who was on these projects, and then I'll like try to follow those people if I feel like they'll come up. So like I have slowly curated my algorithm by following these specific people and by looking for these specific things to like send me the right things. But I Instagram is hard to like search for things. I don't actually search for things on Instagram, but Vimeo is a lot easier to like, I'll put in like a brand, or I'll put in an activity, or I'll put in something and find it. Or now, which, I mean, these guys really should sponsor you, is Frameset. You guys have heard of Frameset?
No.
You never heard of Frameset? Whoa. Okay, well, Frameset has made reference searching like way easier. You literally can just like put in like two people, like morning, 5 a.m. Like you can put in everything and it'll pull up a bunch of different references. And oftentimes those references are linked to the Vimeo video. So then I'll go to that person's Vimeo. Then if I like that reference, I'll watch other pieces of their work. Like I just go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
like,
you're just deep.
That's cool. So I'm guessing the frames are probably, there's some metadata or like just they're tagged with certain
Yeah.
words, and
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
whenever you pull those up, they come up, and then they lead down a path.
Yeah,
Basically,
frame set is clutch. I think frame set has like taken my like DIY way of like finding references for the first 10 years of my career and like made it so easy to like literally just to your point. They probably tag them and you can just put like basketball court close up shot. It even has like shot type. I mean, there's so many. Have you heard of Shot Deck?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Okay, so it's like Shot Deck, but like wide. It's not just films. It's like commercials, social pieces. It's like
Oh, okay.
Got
almost everything
It's
you could
like
imagine.
every visual thing that you could pull from.
Yeah, yeah. The-
Kind of, that's interesting too. Because, yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes I'll pull things from Shot Deck, but it's for a commercial. And
Yeah.
you're like, it's going to be like this.
Like
except
this movie.
we only have 10 grand.
That's hilarious.
It's gonna be Michael Bay, but $10.
Yeah.
But Mike Farino.
Yeah. Budget Michael Bay.
That's funny. Yeah, you should check out Frameset. I think you'd love it. And they also have like a collection feature too, where you can like put things based on a project or based on a category.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm wondering, like, I agree with you. I think when you have to pivot to that extreme,
Yeah.
you need like receipts. You need something that's going to be like, I know we didn't talk about this, but you got to go with me, and this is why. Like I know the ship's going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Here's why.
Yeah, and sometimes it is a full 180 pivot. Like the original concept isn't even like involved anymore, but I try to incorporate the original concept to some degree so that it feels like they're still getting what they originally wanted, but now we're getting it. Again, I try to frame it in a very positive way of like, this actually might be better, even though maybe it's not. But I think you have to like sell them on that, because the more, if like, really a lot of this stuff also comes down to like, if everyone is on board and supports it, you're going to have a better product at the end of it than if you have like just two people supporting it. Like that
Yeah.
energy, as woo woo wah wah that sounds, it's like the energy does affect like
The end result.
yeah, it's like everyone's mental state needs to be so like, let's make this work. So like in that scenario, like Home Depot we're in Indiana. Indiana is like not a production place. It's like a production desert, if anything. So like finding a muslin was incredibly difficult. Like finding any sort of finding C stands, like finding these things, we weren't planning for that at all.
Should have
So-
called me. I know people in Indiana.
I should have hit up the
The
Mike
Indiana
Reed-
boys. I literally know people.
That's hilarious. But yeah, like that was difficult. But because everyone was on board, like we had some PAs run to Home Depot. I mean, they went to like a Joann's. Like, you know, you get scrappy.
Joann's.
Yeah, you get scrappy and you make it work.
Some fabric.
Yeah.
So they just ran to like a Midwest mall.
Literally. Literally. They're like, this is where we have all the goodies.
Yeah.
What did you give them a list of stuff to get when they ran, or was that?
No, I just also
You were just like, Kobe.
They're like, yeah, you keep saying that.
You keep showing me this one image of Kobe.
that's just like
It's
that's
like on 3 hours of sleep, COVID.